Welcome back. I'm Alaina. Why do I feel guilty for taking time off of work? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly why you feel guilty and how to throw guilt to the curb so you can reclaim your day. So stay tuned. First, I'm going to show you exactly why you feel guilty for taking off from work, and you may be really surprised because it is not what you think. Then I'll reveal what's getting in the way of you having the work-life balance that you deserve. Then we'll discuss the dangers of guilt and how it's actually getting in the way of you making the kind of profits that you want to make in your business in the first place. Can you really make more money while working less? I'm going to answer that question in this video. By the end of this video, you'll be able to take time off knowing that your business will thrive in the process. So let's get started. When most of my clients come to me, they typically are feeling guilty if they're in their business and they're not taking more time off. And when they're taking time off and they're with their families or they're doing what they love, they're typically feeling guilty for not being in their business. And there's this conflict, this tug of war that is a no-win situation. It's a lose-lose situation. It is definitely not a win-win. And so what ends up happening is that you're not really present for either one of them. Because if you're in your business and you're feeling like you should be with your family, then how can you be super focused on what's going on in your business? And if you're with your family and you feel like you should be in your business, you're not really present with your family either. So both parts of your life are actually losing. One of the main reasons that this happens is because, and I see this over and over and over again with my clients, is because their identity is attached to their business. So that might not have been what you thought was causing it, but if your identity is caught up in your business, if your identity is caught up in your accomplishments, and you're only as good as your business does, or you're only as good as your last accomplishment, then you're going to want to be in your business 100% of the time to ensure that you get the results that you want, because otherwise you feel worthless and not of value. And again, I had a client, Fran. When Fran started working with me, she was the primary income earner in her family. And the reason she started working with me is because she was overworking so much. She ended up in the hospital multiple times for various infections, but she did not want to stop because she was afraid that she would lose the traction of what she had. And ultimately, her whole identity was her business. She had a team of 12 or 14 people on her team, and her whole identity was who she was as a business owner. And so we had to detach those two things for her so that she could actually be in her business and take time off and really appreciate the downtime that she had and understand how it actually fueled her business. Now, most people, by the time that they get to me, they've become the biggest bottleneck in their business, right? And part of the reason is control. They don't want to give up control. So they may not be hiring team members, or if they do, they may not be allowing those team members to perform at the level they can because they don't want to give up control over their business. They're afraid that if they give up control, that they're not going to have the results that they want. But they're not getting the results they want to begin with, right? So it's this vicious cycle that happens and just continues looping over and over again because I can't give up control. I'm not going to get what I want. Now, there's a belief behind that because you haven't been giving yourself what you actually want, and this is actually true, the things that you want in your business, you haven't been giving yourself. So to turn the control over to the universe, you're afraid the universe isn't going to give you what you want either. Good news here, because the universe wants to give you so much more than you want to give to yourself. So much more. There is so much more that has been put on your path for you to experience than you are allowing in for yourself. And as you expand your ability to receive, as you expand your ability to allow, and you cannot be controlling and allowing at the same time, so it means relinquishing control, then you allow what's there for the universe, what is part of you that isn't meant to happen in your experience, into your perceived reality, into your actual physical reality. So I put out new tips and strategies every week on how to work less and earn more, and I'm I'm offering tons of valuable content, so make sure you like and subscribe so you can stay up to date. So now, why is guilt such an issue? Now, there's a man named David Hawkins who has a scale of consciousness. Guilt and shame are on the bottom of the scale. They are the lowest frequency vibration emotions. Now, when you're in a state of guilt, you have lowered your emotions to the bottom, right? To the bottom. How can you be creative? How can you come up with, well, you're not even coming up, but tap into ideas, to inspiration, to higher levels of intelligence when you are at the bottom of the emotional scale? You cannot. It is not possible. It is not possible to be in some form of stress, which is in your sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight, some fight, flight, or freeze, and be accessing higher levels of intelligence at the same time, higher levels of resources and opportunities, because those opportunities are actually there for you right now, but they are living at a different frequency. And so when you are living at a lower frequency, you cannot physically see the opportunities even though they're already there. And I see this over and over and over again with my clients, that the minute they raise their frequency, all of a sudden there's all of these opportunities that they're like, it's like, it just came to me. It just happened out of nowhere. I was like, no, it didn't happen out of nowhere. It's been there all along. You just couldn't see them because of the frequency that you were at. And so guilt keeps your frequency down. So ditching the guilt and understanding it is so counterproductive to what you want to create is so key, so that you can elevate your frequency and ultimately create more opportunity, create more expansion of your time, and collapse time in your business. There are tons of benefits of taking time off. I cannot tell you how many people tell me in both my networking as well as my clients that they get their biggest inspiration that come through, because when you're not in stress, it allows your intuition to come through. Being in stress blocks your intuition. It literally cuts it off so you can't receive it. So being intuitive, highly intuitive, allows for more inspiration and ideas to come through. So being able to have that downtime and take time off not only allows for that intuition to come through, but it also fuels your tank, because now you're filling yourself up. Like, what would happen to your car if it was running on empty? It would stop, right? And that's what happens to us on a regular basis. It starts to stop. So being able to take time off is so beneficial for your business in so many ways. It's really, really key. One of the ways that I love to shift this is by doing reframes, by understanding how to reframe something to shift perspective of it so that you can see it in a different light. Now, I'm a master reframer. It can take a little practice, but you can reframe anything. So for example, you not getting stuff done in your work means, oh, I'm opening up space for me to get stuff quicker. That's one example of a reframe, because it is really true. It may not feel to you. Your subconscious mind is going to fight tooth and nail for you to stay and work harder. It's going to tell you the only way you're going to have success is if you work harder, and nothing could be further from the truth. So the way to throw guilt to the curb is to start reframing and to understand that it's actually beneficial for you to take time off. Oh, if I have this downtime and fill myself up, then I can operate my car from the full gauge rather than from the empty. My car can run further, right? And so being able to do these kinds of reframes will massively help you. So what would be possible for you if you reclaim 20 to 30 hours of your week back? And I know that's absolutely possible because I help every one of my clients do it. My clients are working 80 hours. They go to 40 hours or less. People who are working 50 to 60 hours typically work 30 hours. It is so possible for you too. And if you want to learn how to do that, then go ahead and click on the link below for my free gift to you, which is a mini course of how to reclaim 20 to 30 hours of your life back a week. And I lay out all my tools and strategies of how I help my high-performing top one-on-one clients to do this. And I can tell you, my team has given me a lot of slack about offering too much because I put it all in there. So make sure that you grab it now, because I want you to be able to have that. It's not meant to be a luxury. I was going to say you can have that luxury too. It's your birthright. So you can have what is your birthright. Thanks. I'm Alaina, and I'll see you on the next video.